precept.
Which one? The 13? Ezekiel?
You know, when you are in a position of leadership, right, and you're making decisions for an entire group of people, you have to be careful the things that you do and the things that you say and how you lead people and the things that you say, because they affect people. A leader cannot stand for that which is wrong. A leader always has to stand for that which is right. So when a leader makes a decision or when he says something, people listen, and a lot of people follow what you say. So you have to be careful what you say to people, because it might be detrimental to your life and the life of others. Let us go to Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 1 and 2 first.
Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 1. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Woe unto the shepherds that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith Jehovah.
Woe unto the shepherds that what?
That destroy and scatter, the sheep of my pasture.
Woe unto those people that scatter the sheep of my people. Meaning those of us that stand before God's people and we have sermons or we teach, whatever we call it. Woe unto you, and watch how you scatter my people by telling them lies and deceiving them. Let's go.
Therefore thus saith Jehovah, the God of Yisrael, against the shepherds that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not taken care of them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith Jehovah. God
said he will visit the evil upon you, saith Jehovah, of your doings upon you, because you scattered the people by your sayings and your doings. It's your responsibility to keep God's people corralling together, not to cause them to scatter. That's your fault if they scatter. And God will hold you accountable for that. Let us go to the book of Isaiah chapter 10, verses 1 and 2.
Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and to the writers that write iniquity, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right of the poor of my people, that widows may be their spoil, and that they may make the fatherless their prey. And what will you do in the day of visitation, and in the room which shall come from far? To whom will ye help? To whom will ye flee for help? And where will ye leave your glory? They can do naught except crouch under the captives and fall under the slain. For all this anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still.
Read that first part again.
Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decree.
That decree unrighteous decree.
And to the writers that write iniquity.
And to the writers that write iniquity. When you decree unrighteous decree, this is why I'm talking about your decision making. Your decision making cannot be wrong. You cannot have wrong decisions and feel like you could live with that.
That's right.
That's not righteousness, because you lead God's people astray with your wrong decisions. And then when you do that, people reserve the right to walk away, and then woe be unto you. Woe be unto you, because you have scattered the flock of the Most High God, and God is going to visit you. So you have to be right in your decisions. Because if you're not, then people reserve the right to walk away. Because when you scatter God's people, or when you misguide God's people, go to 1 Chronicles 21, verse 1. 21, just go chapter 21 and read it. This is David when he did what he wanted to do. When he chose to just do what he wanted to do against the laws of the Most High God. And this is what was the cause of what happened to the people. Let's go.
And Satan stood up against Yisrael.
The adversary, it wasn't no entity with a pitchfork and a tail and horns and all that. It wasn't any of that. It was just Satan was his own spirit. No one counseled him this. It was his own spirit that told him, go count the people. Let's go.
And moved Dawid to number Yisrael.
And number Yisrael.
And Dawid said to Joab and to the princes of the people, Go, number Yisrael from Beer-sheba even unto Dan, and bring me word that I may know the sum of them. And Joab said, Jehovah make his people 100 times so many more as they are.
Joab, the infidel type of person that he was, is bringing wisdom to David. Like, hey, what you doing, man? Like, you know this thing ought not be done. Let's go.
Jehovah make his people 100 times so many more as they are. But my lord, the king, are they not all my lord's servants?
Right. Aren't they all your servants? Why you need to number all the people? Let's go.
Why doth my lord require this thing?
Yeah, why are you sending me to do this?
Why
From the north to the south, I want you to number all the men. Let's go.
Why will he be a cause of guilt unto Israel?
You hear that? Why will you be a cause of guilt unto Yisrael? So Joab is warning them that the wrong decision that you're making, king, is going to what? Affect Yisrael. Am I right or wrong?
That's right.
Your wrong decision is going to affect Yisrael. Let's go.
Nevertheless, the king's word prevailed against Joab.
Because he's the king. So Joab went forward with it. Let's go.
Wherefore Joab departed and went throughout all Israel and came to Jerusalem. And Joab gave up the sum of the numbering of the people unto Dawid. And all they of Israel were 1,000 and 100,000 men that drew sword. And Yehuda was 410,000 men that drew sword. But Levi and Benjamin he did not number among them, for the king's word was abominable to Joab.
Joab was wise enough to say, I'm not numbering all the people. This is not right. And Joab was a loyal servant to David. He said, but this is not right. I'm not going to number all the people. I will not number them. Let's go.
And Yah was displeased with this.
And the Most High was displeased with it. Let's go.
Therefore he smote Yisrael.
He smote Yisrael. This is what happens when leadership don't do that which is right. Then Yah reserves the right to judge. That's what happens. Let's go.
And Dawid said unto Yah, I have sinned greatly in that I have done this thing. But now put away, I beseech the iniquity of thy servant.
He besought himself. Because David was humble. And David said, man, I did wrong. This was one of the beauty, this is the beauty of David, that when he did wrong, he always came before the Creator and asked for forgiveness because he wasn't perfect. But his imperfection cost a lot of people their lives. Read on.
And Jehovah spoke unto Gad, David seer, saying, Go and speak unto Dawid, saying, Thus saith Jehovah, I offer thee 3 things. 3 things.
God gave him 3 choices. Let's go.
Choose thee one of them.
Choose thee one of them that I might do it unto thee. Let's go.
So Gad came to Dawid and said unto him, Thus saith Jehovah, take which thou wilt, either 3 years of famine, or 3 months to be swept
3
away
years
before
of
thy
famine,
foes.
3 years to be swept, what?
To be swept away before thy foes.
Before your foes.
While the sword of thy enemies overtake thee.
Overtake you.
Or else 3 days the sword of Jehovah, even pestilence in the land.
3 days pestilence in the land.
And the angel of Jehovah destroying throughout all the borders of Israel.
Throughout all the borders of Yisrael. Let's go.
Now therefore consider what answer I will return unto him that sent me. And Dawid said unto God, I am in great strait. Let me fall now into the hand of Jehovah, for very great are his mercies. And let me not fall into the hand of men.
David said, I'd rather fall in your hands, God, and you do with me whatever you have to do, but don't let me fall to the hands of my enemies.
So Jehovah sent the pestilence upon Yisrael.
He sent the pestilence upon Yisrael.
And there fell of Yisrael 70,000 men.
This is what happens when leadership don't do that which is right.
That's right.
And when they do what they want to do and stand strong and wrong in what they're doing. 70,000 people died because of their own sin, but because of what David did. Woe unto the shepherd. That's what? Woe unto you. At all times, you should do that which is right. Because if you don't, the people preserve the right to walk away from you. And to close it, go to Proverbs chapter 11, verse 14, because every ruler, every leader, every counselor, anyone that stands in the position of power should take heed to this. Let's go.
Where no wise discretion is, a people falleth. But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety.
If you can't make the decision on your own, Get some people around you that can make it with you. Hallelujah. Blessed be the mighty King, Yehovah. I thank the Most High King for life, food, clothing, and shelter, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. I pray that the Creator of heaven and earth will give us all